In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new moon in Sagittarius coming up on November 26th. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new, make sure that you subscribe before you leave. That way you'll never miss out on another video on my channel. Now, before we get started, there's probably something extremely new that you're seeing if you've been a subscriber of mine for a while, which is my hair. I recently cut my hair about 6 to 8 inches off of my hair, and then I also colored it. So it might not be a big change for you guys, but for me, this is like very huge, and I actually made a whole video explaining the whole process of cutting my hair. It was very ritualistic, and it was a form of me cutting ties with my identity, because my hair was probably the biggest thing attached to my identity. And so it's a whole thing, it's a whole story, and I will actually be uploading that after I upload this. So stay tuned for that, subscribe. You don't want to miss that. It's very meaningful. So anyways, that's out of the way. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things you need to know to be ready for this upcoming new moon we're having in Sagittarius. Now, if you guys are like me, are you feeling the energy already? It's pretty intense. It's that kind of an energy that really makes you dig deep and just really makes you question. And we'll get into that. Okay, so the new moon is the time where the moon is dark. You don't see the moon in the sky. The new moon is a time for planting seeds. It's a time for attracting like things to set forth into the universe to draw it back in. So on the time of the new moon, it's very important for us to focus our thoughts, our energies, our emotions towards the good things, the positive things, the things we want to bring in. So let's get started with 5 things that we need to know. This new moon in Sagittarius is going to bring change, whether it is a little change or a huge change, but it is going to bring some form of change, whether you like it or you don't like it. For some of us, we may become really excited over it. For some of us, we may try to resist it. Whatever this change is, it's very essential to our growth. Now, Mars is opposite of Uranus, and that is a very not aggressive, but like irritation type of an energy. So if you notice yourself, if something happens throughout your day that is like out of your control, or something happens that is different than your normal daily routine, or if somebody says something to you that is like out of the ordinary, you didn't see it coming, it's a change, right? It's a change from your norm. And so it's very important for you right now not to get irritated. Do not resist it. It's very important right now to observe rather than react. Now, this change could come naturally. It could come from you. It could come from a person. It could come from a job, whatever. Or it could be forced on you. You know, the important thing right now to remember is to flow with the change. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. Don't get angry. Don't get upset. Just go with the change. And remember, this could be the smallest change. It could be like somebody changes the daily lunch that you have every single day and there's a change in it. Like, it could be the smallest thing, or it could be the biggest thing where you like have to move. You know, it could be something where you think, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But in reality, in the long run, it's like your spirit is pushing you towards a path. So don't fight it, don't resist it. Just observe before you react. Don't explode. Don't resist. Flow with it and figure out how far you want to take the change. So how far do you want to take it? How far in do you want to go? How far in do you want to let the change come? It's very important for you to, instead of react and like, what? Like, what's going on? Take a moment and be like, okay, this is what's happening. What is the good in it? And how much of this do I want to allow into my life? How much do I want to move forward with it? It's a time for you to get one with your mind and work with your brain, work with your mind. It's like you coming in connection with your mind to see your reality. Now, something that could really help you during this transition, during this change, big or small, is an amethyst crystal. So I have here a tumbled amethyst crystal that I like to keep with me, especially during this new moon time, because now that I'm aware of what the energy is, because the energy of the new moon, it brings an energy that will last until the next new moon. So now that we kind of are aware of what the energy is, we can work with it, we can align it, sometimes even manipulate it. So what I like to do is work with crystals. So I'm going to be working with amethyst. Amethyst is to calm your mind, first of all, and just calm, just to stay calm no matter what. So if you guys are interested in amethyst, I do have amethyst crystals in my shop. But I would sleep with this under my pillow, kind of carry it with me, wear amethyst. I always wear crystal bracelets and crystals. I would wear an amethyst just to kind of align myself with the energy so that I'm just flowing with it. Number 2, if there's a decision that you have been wanting to make, or a goal that you've been wanting to pursue, a project you have been wanting to start, now is the time. The energy is a good energy right now for you to start something, to plant a big seed. Sometimes we try to manifest something, we try to test the universe, like, hey, I want to manifest a cup of coffee, I want to manifest $1, but this is a time right now that is really good for you to start to plant the big seeds. This also has to do with things left unresolved for the past few months. If there's a conversation you have been wanting to have with someone, if there's something you've been wanting to do, something you've been wanting to cross off your bucket list, this is a really great time to do it. Act on your goals, act on inspirations, act on ideas, act on motivation. The energy is very good. Now, whenever I get a sign or I see the planetary alignments where the energy is good to start something new, I will always work with labradorite crystal. Now, I work with labradorite crystals on a daily basis because if you have been following me on my channel, you know that this is the crystal that changed my life. Like, the things that this crystal brought into my life, the way it changed my life in my favor, is insane. And so that's why I work with it on a daily basis. But whenever I get confirmation from the universe, or like the moon and the sun, the planetary alignments, astrology, whatever, that there is a good energy to start something new or spontaneous or like just something fun, labradorite is your crystal. Like, I'm telling you, the energy of a labradorite crystal is insane. So what I will do is keep this on me always, which I already basically do. I'm wearing a labradorite bracelet right now, but I always have labradorite on me, under my pillow, everything, like just everywhere. I'm obsessed with this crystal. And so it's a really good time for you. Like, sometimes you don't even know what you want to do. You don't even know what project to pursue, what goal to, move forward to, or you want to do something new, you want to do something different, but you just don't know what. A labradorite crystal is a great way to start. This crystal opens up your mind to ideas. It opens up your chakras. It clears your aura, and it also is the stone of synchronicity. It's the stone of spontaneous energy. If you don't have one, you can get one at like a crystal shop, metaphysical store. My shop, I actually have some palm stones. I just put some new ones up, and I have some little chips. I have labradorite chips if you just want to keep one in your pocket or right underneath your pillow. But yeah, labradorite would be a really good stone because right now the energy is really good to invite synchronicity into your life, to invite fun and spontaneous energy into your life. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, these are all the energies of a labradorite crystal. And so if you don't know where to start, that's a good place. Also, when you get ideas, when you get like inspirations, don't ignore it, don't suppress it. Kind of just see what it is. What is your spirit trying to tell you right now during this new moon? Number 3, a lot of things will come up right now that has to do with your purpose. So a lot of the times, especially during the full moon, it's stuff that comes up during full moon that you need to heal, that you need to purge, release, all that stuff, right? But this is a new moon. And this is a new moon that is a little bit different than the rest. This is a new moon that is bringing up things, but these things are good. It's bringing up things and questions and ideas and inspirations that have to do with your purpose. Sagittarius is a sign of purpose. Like, Sagittarius is very focused, and they're always like focused on their purpose, focused on their goals, focused on what they want. When it comes to your purpose right now, you may question it. You may find yourself getting ideas. You may find yourself learning more about your purpose. You may find yourself getting more insight and more clarity on what your purpose truly is. When these come up, write them down. That is like the best advice I can give. Write them all down, because a lot of times we get super busy, we get an idea and we're like, what? Like, this is a really good idea. And then we'll just go on about our day because we get busy, you know? Write it down. If you write it down on your phone, write it down on a piece of paper, write it down on a bill, write it down on a piece of mail, write it down. Because it's very important. These are things you're channeling right now during this Sagittarius new moon, and it has to do with your purpose. Also, take time to yourself to have conversations with yourself. This is a time where you do not want to ignore your mind. You don't want to ignore your mind because your mind is going to be very connected to source, to the universe, to God, your higher self, whatever you believe. So you do not want to ignore the ideas that pop up, like little words that may pop up, you know, like a song that pops up in your mind. Pay attention to all of it. You're going to be channeling your truth around this new moon. So, you know, a lot of people probably are questioning where they want to be at their life, where they want to go, where they want to take their life. You know, just a lot of questions about what you want to be doing. And I feel like a lot of these questions are going to be answered right now during this new moon in Sagittarius. But you have to be careful to not ignore it and allow yourself that time with your mind, quiet time with your mind, meditation, however you meditate, you know, just quieting your mind so that you could listen to everything that's going on in there because there's messages coming through. Number 4, Sagittarius energy involves big thinking. You are probably going to find yourself looking past day-to-day things and looking at the bigger picture. And sometimes feelings of like when you do look at the bigger picture and you envision yourself, you know, in a different place, in a more successful place, in a more abundant place, more loving place, whatever the case may be, when you're envisioning yourself at a higher status than you are currently, a lot of the times you end up becoming very hard on yourself and you end up feeling like, why am I not there yet? Now, here's what the energy is trying to do, is it will implant these pictures in your mind, these visions in your mind of you attaining your goals. What you're going to look like, what you're going to act like, what you're going to speak like, what you're going to walk like, what you're going to talk like, all that. You're going to get visions of like who you're going to be when you are more connected with your truth. And a lot of the times what happens is when you envision that, then you kind of like, why am I not there yet? So right now, it's very important for you to, when those pictures come in your mind, when those visions come in your mind of you at a higher position than you are right now, or you attaining a goal that you have been having set for a while, you achieving something, you getting the love of your life, like whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, it's like you're going to see that vision of you clearly right now. And so do not let it hold you back where it makes you feel like limited or like you're not there yet. What the universe is trying to do is show you like, hey, this is a reality that you are very aligned to, that you could tap into. So start moving towards it. Do not be hard on yourself because this is a sign from the universe that this is a potential reality that you can very well have. But you got to work towards it. And number 5, pay close attention to your sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the chakra of creativity. It's around your sacrum. It's around like your hips area. And you may find that this area is a little bit more sensitive right now. What I would do is use sacral chakra crystals. So that would be carnelian, it would be tiger's eye, amber, pyrite. I actually do have a few of those stones up in my shop if you guys are interested, but those are crystals that you would want to work with around this time as well, because that would allow you to align with the energy of your sacral chakra, especially with the energy of the new moon, the energy of Sagittarius in the new moon, and you would just be aligned and flow instead of like resistance coming in. Another thing you could do is eat more orange foods. You could light orange candles, orange flavored incense, you know, just orange juice. Orange is your color during this new moon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out my shop for all your crystals and spiritual supplies. And thank you so much for joining me. Happy new moon.